Hey there, Yuli here from Project Up Lifestyle, and I want to cover today how saving money can turn you into a potential millionaire, and probably will if you'll follow this and actually do this in your life. Now, I had to go through a mental shift myself around in the last 2 to 3 years because kind of when I was growing up, I was listening to some audiobooks that were telling me you have to spend more money. This is how you'll become rich, you'll have a better lifestyle, and you spend more money. This will make you earn more, and there is a really small part what I find true, but I had a very psychological shift in the last 2 to 3 years that actually I want to save as much more money rather than spend more money, and saving is a great way, something you can implement very easily, and everyone can do it. Doesn't matter how much you earn, and if you play the long-term game, this can really make you wealthy and much more financially free. I actually was in the psychology of spending, which put me in a really horrible financial situation where I had loans, I was spending more than I was earning, and then the month, my finances were horrible. So it's something I had to experience on myself, and luckily I've made the shift, and that's why I want to make this video. So hopefully you can learn from my experience and maybe start saving some money today. So I'll give you a quick example. If you earn $1 million a month, or someone earns $1 million a month for that reference, what if you spend those $1 million every month? Let's say you really earn $1 million a month, but you spend $1 million every month. How much money do you have in the end of the month? Well, yeah, it's a very easy formula, I know. Smart Yuli. It's $0, but let's say you do it for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and then something happens. It's natural that your income can change. All of a sudden you earn nothing. Do you really have anything in your pockets? The answer is also no. It's kind of obvious. And then it can happen. This happens when you spend all the money which you earn. If you earn $10 million, but you really spend all $10 million, now I know for some people it may be mind-boggling how you can spend $10 million. It is for me as well, because I still don't earn $10 million. But I read about many successful people that earn such amounts and they spend all their money. They don't think about saving, and then their income stops and they have nothing in there. Nothing. They don't invest, they don't save. And I'll give you maybe a more realistic example. Something that maybe more average person can relate to. What if you earn $5,000? Now let's take two examples. One person is earning $5,000 and he's spending this $5,000 every month. He has mortgage, he has other expenses, those are day-to-day life expenses, and he's living paycheck to paycheck, saving nothing and spending everything he has because he's earning it. Well, as before, for example, someone can fire him and then you have nothing, not even saved for the coming months for a rainy day. But let's take another example. Same person earning $5,000, same job. However, he managed to cut his monthly expenses to $2,000, meaning he has $3,000 actually that he can save and he can do whatever he wants with it. Now, let's do a simple math. Let's say someone does it for a year. 3,000 multiplied by 12 is $36,000. So if someone actually managed to save money, lower his monthly expenses from 5,000 to 2,000, and 2,000 is a legit expense which you can live very okay, you actually can save $36,000 in a year. People don't really look at this 12-month long term, even 24-month long term. Now, first of all, now you have money for a rainy day if something happens. You can actually have money for investing, maybe opening a business, which can grow you even much more. Sometimes you need money for this. But what if you just even take and invest it in a very low 5% to 7% rate? People don't know too much about compounding, but if you take and actually do this across 10 years, the same person that saves $3,000 a month takes these $3,000 a month, puts them into investment account, and for 10 years all he does is just put this $3,000 into investment account, which only makes 5 to 7%, not necessarily huge risk or something, I don't know, huge, 5 to 7%. Using compounding, and I'll take one step back and I'll explain what is compounding without having in a graphics and a visual, so I'll try and do my best. Compounding is, let's say right now you have one ball, and next day you have two. then you have 4, then you have 8, then you have 16, then you have 32, then you have 64, then you have 128. It grows really slowly, but in the end, like you don't even see on the long term, it grows a lot. That's what happens when you do something on a regular and consistent basis. I recommend you to Google compounding and learn this because that's a great thing to know and a very important thing to know. So if you use compounding and actually take those $3,000 which you may have saved, invest them over a 10-year period with 5% only, you'll be shocked and realize that those $3,000 every month can turn into $1 million. This is not exaggeration, this is exact math. If your investment plan makes 5% a year, nothing exaggerate, but you invest $3,000 every month for 10 years, you can make $1 million. So that's a quick example how saving money can turn you into a millionaire. If you save $3,000 a month, you put them in an investment account, invest for 10 years, 5%, you're a millionaire. It's ridiculous. For me, when I found out about it, it was ridiculous. And this made me a really strong psychological shift. And I try and save money as much as possible. I try and be really smart with my money. And I put much more money into investments, which I know they're my long-term true wealth rather than if I spend it now or even if I keep it on the side. So I really encourage you to start saving money and think how you can save more money and be smart with it, because usually you just spend money for things you don't really need. In this example, maybe will wake you up how actually saving money, not spending money, can turn you into a millionaire if you see the bigger picture. So I would love to hear your comments below. Maybe what are you doing in order to save, how much you're saving, any thoughts you have about what I said. And don't forget, subscribe to the video below, Project Lifestyle. And until the next video, take care.